Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, hi, I'm G, aka Underwater Eyeballs, and I'm a cosplayer. And thank you for joining me today for this episode of the Out of the Water podcast, where I sit down with cosplayers, artists, creatives, anime enthusiasts, and overall some of my favorite creators and people to pick their brains about the stuff they love to do. And this is our first episode, so thank you for joining me. And today we are talking with Alex, aka Sassy and her Serpents, who is a cosplayer and content creator from Pennsylvania. She has been cosplaying now for about 6 years, but has been in fandom spaces for a very long time and is now embarking on a crafting journey to make her own cosplays. So, hi, Alex. Welcome. How are you?
Hi, I'm very good. I'm very happy. Of
Good. I'm so glad. Thank you for taking the time to do this with me. This is
course.
my fun little next adventure that I want to try doing. So,
Hmm.
so I appreciate it.
Of course.
And let's jump right in. How did you get into cosplaying?
Ooh, I mean, okay, so start of the pandemic.
Hmm.
Um, Everybody was inside. I have always been interested in cosplay. I did it like a little bit as like a very young teenager, like 12, 13.
Hmm.
But then, 14, 15 hit, and all of a sudden that is the lamest thing on the planet. And so
Yes,
I
yes.
stopped doing it. And then, I was actually watching cosplayers like on my TikTok, like private TikTok, like so that nobody from my real life could see me. So I was like
Hmm.
consuming it like it was like adult content where I was just like
You're
no
like,
one can
I
see what
can't
I'm
tell
doing.
anyone.
I'm like, I can't be cool like these people. Like it
Yeah.
was like Bucket Brown, like in like the early days of TikTok.
Hmm.
And then the pandemic hit and I had nothing better to do. And I was like, why don't I start doing this? It's like, who cares if I'm cringe? Um,
Yeah.
and then it just kind of took off from there. And I feel like I have been in so many different fandoms. And in the last like year and a half, I've landed solidly in JoJo's and just
Oh
have
yeah.
not left. I have done more than set up camp. I have built a home on the lot that is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yeah, you're making that house a home over there.
Yeah.
For sure. So what was your very first cosplay that you did?
Like way back when, this
Either
is
one. Either
this
one.
is crazy.
Online or way back when.
Well, no, because I cosplayed something I really super shouldn't have been cosplaying because this was when I was 13, so it would have been 2020. Yeah, it would have been 2012. I was 13.
Yeah.
Um, are you familiar with the JRPG Corpse Party?
Oh my gosh. I haven't heard that name in years.
Years. Yeah. So, I went to my local convention.
Yeah.
And I cosplayed Naomi from Corpse Party.
Oh
Like
my
made my
gosh.
skirt, had blood on my face. I like
That is wild.
the full thing. No wig, just normal hair because it like wigs weren't accessible. Amazon was barely a thing.
No. Oh my
Um
gosh. Yeah, that was the before times for
yeah.
sure.
So I showed up and that's what I wore and that was like my first cosplay. I think second my other first cosplay is I did
Mhm.
Daenerys Targaryen like in her
Oh,
like
yes.
um Khaleesi outfit, like her original Dothraki uniform
Mhm.
with like the burlap shirt and skirt. And that was really fun because I used some of my reptiles because at the time I was working as like a reptile rescue moment.
Very cool.
Because I've lived 1,000 lives.
You're like one of my many eras.
Yeah, like like the era in which I had so many reptiles in my home, and that was how
Mhm.
my username came to be. And people thought that it was really cool that I used like my own reptiles, and that was like how I got my little like in the door.
For
Um,
sure, for
yeah.
sure. That's super cool. Yeah, my username is actually from when I was making fish related content. My accounts were about my fish tanks before I started cosplaying.
I am
So
just
if
learning about this now.
yeah, yeah. So I feel like people always they're like, "Why underwater eyeballs? Like, what is that?" And it's honestly, it was since a friend of mine was at my home and she was on some illicit substances.
Mhm.
And she was like looking at my fish tank very intently, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's like your eyeballs are underwater." And that was kind of where it came from. And then I was like posted like my first TikToks that I ever posted were about like a koi pond that I built in my backyard. Like, I was not cosplaying when I first got on TikTok, but
That is
yeah,
so funny. Oh my
yeah,
god.
yeah, so we've got that animal lore.
Yeah. That, like, thank God I was like, I only really did the animal stuff a little bit because I didn't really wanna
Mhm,
do it, like, a ton online because
for
I
sure.
saw the way that people were ripped apart when they make
Oh,
animal
yeah.
content.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
and,
Yeah, for
like, my
sure.
reptiles are, like, they were well cared for, but I definitely, like, was I have Eris now, and that is it.
Yeah, 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 for sure, for sure. That's how I was. I had, like, 3 or 4 tanks at one point, and it
Mhm.
was just so much, and I was like, "I gotta
It's
have
too
1
hard.
big one," you
Yeah.
know?
Do you still
So
have
now I have 1 big
fish?
one. I
Okay,
do, yeah,
okay.
I do. I have a giant 40-gallon tank that's, like, fully aquascaped and has, like, rainbow fish and schooling fish in there and all that, yeah.
Oh, that's sick. Oh my god.
It's pretty cool, yeah, it's, like, my other hobby, other than
I
this.
love that. I love that
For
so much. I had
sure.
no idea.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know, it's just I forget that, I don't know if you experience this too, but sometimes I forget that, like, people haven't been there my whole life, and
Yes,
that I have to tell them things about myself, you
yes.
know? Which sounds
So,
really dumb, but,
I met my best friend in the entire world on TikTok in 2020,
Mhm, mhm.
Foggy Emmy, and, we met through Star Wars TikTok, weirdly enough.
Incredible.
But there are
Yeah.
still moments where I was like, "Do you remember this one thing when we were, like, 17?" I was like, shit, she was not there. Like, she
You're like, "That's
definitely
new lore."
definitely was not there. And, like, I'll have to, like,
For
circle
sure.
back and be like, "Okay, so basically."
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, for sure. I always forget that too. Like people like there's so much I feel like that I keep offline as well. So like it's just like kind of a shock to people when I bring it up and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I thought you knew that." Like, sorry, let me circle back. But oh my goodness. Well, so speaking of Emmy, I love her content. Shout out to Emmy.
She just posted her
Um
first YouTube video. I'm very
I
proud of
know
her.
I was watching it before I got on the call.
Isn't she so cute? I can't
She's
stand
so
her.
kooky. Oh, I love it, I love it. But who are some of your biggest cosplay inspirations? Who do you look up to?
Oh my gosh. Okay, I have so many. I truly
Yeah.
have so many. So, I feel like the first one that I can remember are the first two that I can remember are Jessica Negri, obviously,
Mhm, mhm,
and Bucket Brown. Like,
mhm.
I feel like the two of them were just like, "Oh my god, we we can actually, like, do this and, like, I can look like that, like, I can do what you
Yeah.
do, like, you I" so that was, like, my first, like, big creative outlet, but, like, I take so much inspiration from the people that are around me. Like,
Mhm,
everyone is so creative, and I'm obsessed with, like, the current forum space
mhm.
that I've almost started experiencing within my own community where we're all just, like, feeding off of each other, and
Yeah,
just, like,
yeah.
it's just a big game of yes and.
Absolutely.
Um Yeah, Yaya Han, Sarah Spaceman. Sarah Spaceman actually was the one who inspired me to start sewing. Um
Hell yeah.
she I had known how to sew. I worked as a general manager at a sewing factory in my hometown for
Mhm,
like 7 years. Like I was at this company. And I never really had any interest in learning how to sew until I watched Sarah Spaceman's video of her Sakizo build,
mhm.
and she did this like absolutely gorgeous like hour-long video with graphics that just it was so cool. And she made it look so easy
Mhm.
even though it's super not.
Yeah,
But
for
I
sure.
love creators that make stuff look so easy that then
Mhm.
you get it in your head that it's like, oh well, I could figure that out. And it's
Yeah,
almost like you
yeah.
trick yourself into believing that you have the confidence to do it enough that you actually do it.
Mhm, mhm.
um So she's huge inspiration.
That's
I'm trying to
awesome.
think if there's
Yeah.
anybody else. I mean, like Kamui cosplay. I love Svetlana. Her EVA foam work is insane.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've been consuming a lot of cosplay YouTube in the last like 4 years. Like anything I can get my hands on, I'm like, give me it.
For
I need to
sure.
just continue filling my brain with as much knowledge as humanly possible.
Absolutely, yeah. I have so much respect for the crafters on YouTube,
I
like, literally the dedication, like, we were talking about this a little bit before we hit record, but, like, I just bedazzled for the first time,
know.
and even that, I was like, "This is so" like, I was like, "This is crazy," and I did, like, 1 jacket. Like, and it wasn't even that much of the jacket, and I'm like, "I
Hmm.
can't believe that people, like, just the amount of knowledge and prep work and
Yeah,
intelligence that it takes, like the math, like, I'm like
I
I left
don't.
that shit behind in college, you know?
Yeah, n-
Like
I can't do math to save my life. Like if it's not like a basic conversion, I cannot do it.
you're like,
I
"Mm-mm."
It's
Yeah,
just not
it's
there.
gone. Yeah,
Um,
for sure.
yeah.
Absolutely. So, I think I know the answer to this question already, but who is your favorite character to cosplay and why?
Okay, I have two answers.
Mhm.
Cuz I feel like it's pretty obvious like on my
Mhm.
current Instagram feed. Is they're the ones that I do all of the different derivatives of because in my brain I'm
Yeah,
just like time to make a new Kakyoin.
you
Um
gotta.
Kakyoin is so special to me as a cosplay. Like as a character, obviously, um,
Mhm.
but that was such a huge milestone cosplay for me because the JoJo's community, I cannot stress enough, has been so overwhelmingly positive and kind to me. Like, I
Mhm.
feel like I have been in fandom spaces before and I have loved every single one of them. And I still love every single one of them. Like, I have Attack on Titan tattooed on my body. I have
Mhm.
Genshin
Same.
tattooed on my body. I know, literally, wait. I have Yumi Hisu on my.
Yeah, I got I got several.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I've loved every single one of them, and I've loved the people that I've met, and I've carried them with me.
Mhm.
But there hasn't been like a space where I have been as accepted so quickly as JoJo's, and Kakyoin was like my first step into that.
Mhm.
And so sentimentally, he's like very important to me. And then I did actually fall in love with my partner while in Noriaki Kakyoin,
I
which
love
is
that.
so crazy. Like,
Yeah, it's so cute. Y'all are so cute. Oh my
ah,
gosh. Like, cause I know both of you, and, like, when y'all like, when I saw that that was happening,
mm-hmm.
I was like, "Oh my god." Like,
Yeah,
that was so exciting.
they she is so so lovely and it happened so fast, like just how quickly we connected as friends and then immediately we're like, I think I want more than this.
Mhm.
Um and obviously our like shared love of Jodakak slash Noritaro.
Mhm.
It was like a very quick like we are going to cosplay these two characters and suddenly these two characters are us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um and so like it just he is so special to me. He's also one of the first characters that I was like, they them?
You were like,
They them?
"Non-binary?"
What the fuck? They them?
You're like, "Hmm?"
I think I because somebody came up to me and was like, hey dude, and like then proceeded to refer to me as they to their friend, and I was like,
You're like, "Oh."
run that back, say it again. I wanna
You're
hear it.
like, rewind the film,
Rewind.
rewind the
Rewind.
tape.
Like I'm like
Oh my
Moody Blues,
gosh.
like give it to me again. Like just run
You're
that
like,
back real fast.
run it back."
Um
Yeah. Oh my goodness, yeah.
And so he's just like, if I could bring him to every single convention for the rest of my life, I would because I just love existing in him.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's like that one cosplay that I'm like, I know I look good in this and I feel good in this. Um,
Absolutely.
and
Yeah.
I've done like a few different versions of him. I did like a Ren Fair version. I have other versions that I want to
Mhm.
do. We're gonna do cowboys at some point.
Yes!
We're
Oh
gonna
my
do cowboys
gosh.
at some
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, we'll pull up with the cowboy Dio with you.
Please. There is, oh my goodness, which one is it? Is it Anime Frontier? That I'm like, I've
Maybe.
debated on coming down to Anime Frontier and making
Oh,
it my
yes.
cowboy con
Oh,
and
you
just
should.
doing
Oh my gosh. That one's
all
in
cowboys.
Dallas, right?
Yes.
I think that's in Dallas. Ooh, okay. Interesting.
Debated. We will discuss, but
Interesting.
um
We'll offline about that.
yeah, we'll have a discussion about that because
Absolutely. Yeah,
I and
I
then yeah, go
Oh
ahead.
no, you're good. You're good. Go ahead. You got it.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, he's very special to me. He's very important. That's like
Absolutely. He's your boy.
yeah. And then
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
other one is Bruno Bucciarati. I
Yes, mother.
he has officially like I know because like in 2020 all of us were like, oh my gosh, kin, I'm such a kinny, whatever.
Mhm.
And Daenerys Targaryen has solidly been at the top
Yeah.
since I was probably 15, where I'm like that I look at that character and that character, I'm like, I see
You're
what's
like, we are the same.
she has been dethroned. She has been dethroned and it
Oh
has
my
Bruno
gosh.
Bucciarati has pushed her out.
Oh my
Um,
goodness.
which is crazy. But
Oh, we gotta
I
call in the journalists for that.
I
That's
know
wild.
one mentally unstable bitch replaced with another mentally unstable bitch.
Listen, you know who my kin list is,
I
okay?
know.
Like you are in happy welcome company right now.
Just like Irvin
Mine are
and
just
Bruno
all
shaking
blondes.
hands.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Pulling their boyfriends out of the streets and into the sheets. Let's be
Yeah.
so for real.
Just shaking hands. Like, hi. How are you?
Oh my
Um,
goodness. Yeah.
yeah, I've done multiple different versions of him. Every single version of Bruno Bucciarati that I have done has been against my will, but also out of a labor of love. Um, I've done. I did a Renaissance inspired like porcelain corset build for Katsu 2024.
Mhm.
That was like my first like big cosplay project where it was the first one that everything on my body was something that I had made.
Mhm.
Um, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that I'm going to remake it this year because it did not survive Katsu.
Oof, yeah.
Parts of
Yeah.
it did. My favorite parts of
Mhm.
it did. The corset did
That's
not.
good. Oof,
Um,
yeah.
so we're gonna remake that, and I just made my first bunny suit, which is like a huge rite of passage in the sewing community. Um,
Yes,
that
yes, and you
was
slayed. You slayed that. That
thank
was
you,
awesome.
thank you. She made it home in one piece, which I
That's
do not
good.
understand how that happened, but there are very minimal
It's a
repairs,
miracle.
and it went through 2 nights of raves at Holiday Matsuri, which is
Oh my gosh, yeah. That's
I don't
impressive.
I don't know how she made it
Kudos.
home
Like,
alive.
that's wild. Oh my gosh,
Because I
yeah.
thought for sure
Truly
she would be
kudos to you
coming
for
home.
that. Yeah, like, in
Yeah,
pieces.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, I don't know if I could make it through 2 nights of raves at Holiday Matsuri, honestly.
It
Like
it was crazy. It like okay, first of all, the DJ I should be the DJ situation for Saturday night. I don't even the first DJ was so good. My
Mhm,
thing is here's my thing with anime raves, and I think you will agree with
mhm.
me. If it
Yes.
is a rave at an anime convention, I do not want crunchy dubstep.
No.
I want Sonochi no Sadame played at
Thank you.
full volume with like the remix version. I want that to
Yes.
turn into somehow Sticky by Tyler the Creator. That is what I want. I don't want anything
Yes.
else. So the
Yes.
first
Oh
DJ
my
did that.
god,
I
yes.
walked in and
Mhm.
Fighting Gold was playing as I am in full Bruno Bucciarati, and
I would lose my shit.
I had my Turtle Polnareff with me, and we were on the ground. We were throwing ass. I don't know how I was able to do that in a fully structured bunny suit, but I had already been
Mhm.
drinking tequila for at least 3 hours prior to showing up there. Um,
So real. Oh my
and then
gosh.
immediately the next DJ uh kept doing that thing where he would like bring us up to the point where like, all right, yeah, yeah, and then just drop it.
Yeah.
Just the like lights come on, nobody's moving. Like everyone is
Nobody's
looking
moving.
around like I don't
Everyone's like, where did the bass drop go?
It's not there. It's not there.
It's not
Also,
there. It's not
it was,
there.
I remember I have a video of myself that I really should post because it's hilarious. Of they were playing Caramel Dancing.
Oh my
And I was
God.
like, whoa, wow. So I
Yeah.
was so excited because it was the only song that I had known up to that point, and they
Mm-hmm.
fucked it up so
No.
badly.
How do you fuck up caramel dancing? That's
It was,
devastating.
they
That's a
were
crime. How do you fuck that up?
they were playing it, and then it like, it got up to the point where it was like, oh, wow, wow, and then it was supposed to
Uh-huh.
start, and then it turned
Yeah.
into like crunchy dubstep. And I was like, this is not what I wanted.
My thing is like, oh my gosh, and I would say no tea, no shade, but this is kind of all tea, all shade to the DJs of the world.
Mhm.
You're not eating with the same crunchy dubstep. Stop it.
No.
Play the songs that people want to hear. That's your job.
Yeah, and like all of the DJs on TikTok that do like the craziest remixes on the planet, I'm like, I want you.
Hmm.
I want
Right? Oh my
you.
gosh. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Ugh.
don't know what, like, convention organizers, stop doing that. That's why
Stop doing that.
I've noticed that like when a rave is run at a convention by, oh my gosh, what are they called? Is it Sonic Boombox? Is that who I believe they are the party
Maybe.
organizers that usually get it right. Their DJs
Hmm.
usually play anime hits.
That
Because
is
that's what I
good.
want.
Yeah.
I want the anime bangers that I can
That's what I'm
throw ass
saying.
to.
Like the last time I went to a con rave, it's been a minute. It's been a minute since I've gone to a con rave, but the last time I was at one, I remember it was like when the part of AOT came out that had the rumbling as the intro. And
It's so easy.
I was like, just play the rumbling. I was like, you could play it 20 times in a row and people would lose their shit instead of what you're fucking playing right now.
Like this,
Like the same like side change is like, and I'm like, please, please let me Shinzo my Sasageos
like
in this
please.
goddamn building.
It's so easy. It literally is
It's so easy.
it's so easy because we all truly are like one note. We are one note.
No, that's
Like
what I'm
know the
saying.
audience.
We're all there to like dress up as silly little guys. You know, like we're not,
Like
yeah.
I would like
Ugh,
to dress up as my silly little guy and listen to his silly little intro at this rave while I am blasted off of tequila.
exactly.
That is what I want.
Exactly.
Like,
Oh my God,
please.
100%, 100%. Yeah, it's like I don't know. It's like when at every party I go to, I'm like, just play Pitbull. You know what I mean? Like, just play some Pitbull.
I
You
have a
won't miss.
playlist for you. I have a playlist
Oh,
for you.
please send it to me,
It
please.
is
I've literally
called
been listening to so much Pitbull. I had a dream about him the other day, like legitimately.
You had a dream about Pitbull?
I did. I had a dream that we were escaping a burning building together. And I was like, "Oh my God, Pitbull, I love your music." And he turned around and looked at me and just went, "Dale," and then ran out of the fucking building. And I was like, "You're so right. You're so
Go,
real for
everyone
that." Like,
follow Pitbull.
everyone follow Mr. Worldwide. Get the fuck out of here. I woke up so happy. I woke up elated.
Oh my god. Okay, so
I
this
felt
playlist
empowered.
is called, because my love language is making JoJo's Bizarre Adventure playlists.
Oh my gosh,
This
yes.
playlist is called Songs Abakio Really Hates. And the caption is Narancha on the Ox. It is
Oh my
4
God.
hours and 44 minutes of only the best club songs that you can find. We have Hot in Here by Nelly.
Oh
We
my
have
God.
Party Rock Anthem by LMFAO. We have Into Club by 50 Cent. We have Hotel Room Service by Mr. Worldwide.
Oh my God. That is incredible.
It's
I
really
love
good.
that song. I love that song. Me and my very good friend who I met via TikTok, every time we do karaoke together, we do Hotel Room Service.
Mhm.
And to this day, neither of us know all the words.
No, because you're not
We-
supposed to.
You're not supposed to. Yeah, you just shout about the hotel, motel, Holiday Inn,
The
you know,
end. Yeah.
and then you can't. Yeah, yeah. A wise man once said, "You can't cry to Pitbull," and I've taken that to heart.
I'm like trying to think of a Pitbull song that I could even think of as emotional, and I don't think there
That's
is
what I'm
one.
saying. There's none. The only emotion is joy. And that's it. Oh my goodness. Please send me that playlist though. I
I
will
literally
bump
am
that
going
in
to
the
right
gym.
now because it's so. I love this playlist. It's one of my favorite JoJo playlists because again, my love language is JoJo's playlists.
Making JoJo's playlist. I love
Um,
that.
I have another one that's called Turning Dio's O to an E,
Oh my
and
god.
it's all songs that they could have, in theory, been listening to at the time period that they were
Oh my
going to
gosh.
Egypt. So
Oh
it's
my god.
anything before 1989
Yeah.
can be
Yeah.
added to this list. Before like what it was December of 1989. Anything
Yeah.
before then is good. It's fair game.
Love. Oh my god. Yeah. I just have my multiple Aruri playlists that I give to
It's you
people.
need them at any
I'm like
given time.
I'm like here. Like if you want to have a good cry here. If you want to like I don't know, feel alive here. Like
Mhm.
but
That's yeah, I
yeah.
do have that playlist as well.
Hell yeah.
I have a playlist that I'm going to expose myself and I'm going to expose my loved ones a little bit.
Listen.
Um
Listen, you got to
I have a private playlist that I only send to certain amounts of people because it is called I Want to Go to There and it is a picture of Guido Mista from here to here. It is his and it let me read the description.
I
And
want to go to here.
when my when my beautiful girlfriend listens when my beautiful girlfriend misses me, she does not listen to the playlist that we made together. She listens to I Want to Go to There.
Oh my god, I
Um
love.
the description is I want to spend alone time with him in the turtle. This man is the WLW representation I crave. I will never snitch on you, daddy.
That
Followed
is
by this
amazing.
image.
Incredible. Oh my god. That is amazing. Oh my
And it has
gosh.
bangers such as Criminal by Britney Spears.
Oh yeah.
Um
Yeah.
Shut Up and Drive by Rihanna. Streets, the Silhouette remix by Doja Cat.
Oh my god. That's amazing.
Yeah,
Genuinely.
so when my beautiful
Love.
girlfriend Faye misses me, she does not listen to the playlist that we made together. She listens to that.
Yeah, it's cuz y'all are on the same wavelength, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
Anyway.
Anyway.
Anyway. Oh my goodness. Well, circling back to cosplay a little bit.
Mhm.
Do you have a dream cosplay that you want to do?
I have so many. Um
Yeah.
I am a huge, huge, enormous Godzilla fan. Enormous.
Ooh.
Like
Yeah.
I want to cosplay Mothra more than
Mhm.
anything. Um
Incredible.
I have plans that I cannot share with you right now because the haters will sabotage me. No, it. I have plans of cosplaying her this year. Like fingers crossed that I will be able to. But it's also like if it's not the right time, it's not the right time.
Mhm.
And as of
Yeah.
right now, it is not the right time. So Mothra's on
Absolutely.
that list. Princess and the Pauper with Emmy.
Mhm.
Those are like we really want to do Barbie Princess and the Pauper. Um,
Love.
I don't even care which one I am. And Emmy
Yeah,
doesn't
you're
care
like
which
either
one she
one.
is either. I'm like, it doesn't
Either
matter.
one.
It
It
doesn't
doesn't
matter.
matter.
Like I will make both of them. I don't care. Um
Mhm.
oh my goodness. I would really, really, really like to do like porcelain corsets for like pretty much every single member of the Bucci gang.
Mhm.
I know that I have my sweet, beautiful Leone, Rose.cause, and I have discussed me making
Yes.
her a corset um,
Mhm.
for that shoot because we would love to do like Renaissance inspired Bruaba with like the porcelain corsets.
Oh, yeah.
Um, I also would really like to do, I just put the coat away, but I have plans of doing Don Bucciarati. Like
Ooh.
big fur coat. And
Yeah.
Consigliere Leone. We were supposed to do it for Comic Con, but I
Ah.
do not want to. So we are not.
Real,
It is not the
real.
right time.
Yeah.
Um, I'm like trying to think if there's, I have so many because I'm just like, anything that comes into my little brain, I'm like, I'm going to do it. I can do this. This
Yeah.
is easy. When it is
Yeah.
not, in fact, easy.
You got the I can do it disease, you know?
I can. I have an enormous amount of queer audacity. Like, I have no
Yes.
business making some of the shit that I make. I was told at every way to Sunday not to make a bunny suit as my first corset, and I did it.
Hey,
Like,
listen.
it was great. I
It's
struggled
only
through it.
Absolutely. It's only impossible till you do it, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I keep telling myself, and
Yeah.
I can't stop. So
Mhm.
it's one of those where I'm like, okay, well, I might do this. It might be time for Mothra. It might be time to do probably like 8 Warbler corsets that all have to be hot, like little hot glue filigree pieces that I'm hand placing on every single one. Um,
Mhm.
so I've gotten into cosplay design this year, and that is where a lot of my like creativity has thrived. Is in 2024, I was just making new derivatives of like every single character that I could think of, like they are
Mhm.
Fortnite skins. um,
Yeah, listen, as someone who I think has done almost every Erwin Smith AU possible,
yeah.
I feel you. I'm beating that man like a dead
Did
horse,
you
genuinely.
see I think it was you that I sent the medieval, like, the one where they were wearing the, like, steel plate armor, the official
Yes.
art? Oh my god.
Yes. Yes. Oh my god, I wanna have a full suit of armor that I can put that man in so
Mhm,
badly. I
mhm.
just gotta figure that shit out.
Listen, I know a guy,
Ooh,
just call me, we'll figure something
yeah.
out.
Yeah, we'll get it together.
I'm the
We'll offline
guy.
about that. You're like, "It's me,
I
I'm the guy."
it's me, I'm the guy, what do you need?
I'm the "Hey, it's me, I'm the guy. What do you need?"
What do you need me to make? What are your
Oh my
measurements? Let me
goodness.
figure it out.
Yes. Oh my gosh, literally, I would die.
'Cause that was I haven't seen official art of Petra in years. It's been
Years.
years. I don't know
Years,
why they
actual
decided
years.
that that was the campaign that she needed to be run in, but I was like,
I have no clue. Yeah.
My Shayla, my beautiful, beautiful girl, what are you doing here?
You were like, "You're back. Oh my
Oh
god."
my god, you look beautiful."
She was gorgeous.
I
Yeah. Oh
know.
my gosh. Yeah, I literally haven't seen her in, like, many, many, many years.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Only
don't
for
know
her
what
to,
those AOT fan art people are on, but
no, it's because it was like it was official art. It was like
Mhm.
new official art of Levi Irvin, and also Petra just dropped. It's like,
Okay.
yeah.
Hi.
I'm like, no
Oh my
Hanji, just
god.
Petra.
No, just Petra, yeah. I
I mean,
mean,
I'll
yeah.
take it. It's been years. So like,
It's been years. We'll take anything. Yeah, for
mhm,
sure. Literally anything Erwin is in, I'm like, "Give it to me." I'm
uh-huh.
like, "Put it in my hands." Like,
I
I'm hungry, you know? Like, I need to eat.
mhm,
Oh my goodness. Well, so this is a little bit of a I guess kind of like a deeper question.
yeah.
But what would you say is the most difficult part of your creative process? Obviously, it's hard to, I think, especially with cosplay, I find it's hard to get into the mindset of a character, but it also involves like feeling confident in what you're wearing and like, being confident in creating and all of that. So what challenges you there?
Getting out of my own head.
Yeah.
Not everything needs to be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and like, I have it in my brain that like I'm being laughed at. Baby girl, no, you're not. Like,
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
they are, if you are, like, who cares? I
Mm-hmm.
saw, I cannot remember what her name is, but she did this video, where she is like, there was a girl on TikTok who was saying, like, I read these comments about myself on Reddit, and it really freaked me out. And she's sobbing, and this
Oh.
other content creator looked at her and was like, "Baby girl, what are you doing in the audience? You are supposed to be on the
Right?
stage. Like, get
Yeah.
out of the dregs of Reddit, get away
Yeah.
from the hecklers, and get back on the stage." Um,
Yeah.
and that was like a recent video, and that seriously like completely changed my mindset of like I actually like stop thinking that everyone is laughing at you,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
if they are, who cares?
Who cares? Yeah, that's really, really good. That's a really good way to frame it,
Yeah.
genuinely. Yeah, I feel like it already is so scary, like, hitting that post button, I think, in
Mhm.
any context, but doing it in a cosplay context, I don't think people realize, like, the amount of hate, that can come with that.
Well,
Um,
like, I
yeah,
just was
it's
talking about it
scary.
today. People,
Mhm.
for whatever reason, there is a group of people that hate the way I speak.
Which is ridiculous.
I
Let me
don't
just
get
say,
it.
let me clear this for the audience right now. I'm looking directly into the camera. Alex is extremely well spoken, and fuck you if you think that.
I don't understand. Like, it's not even like one of those things because somebody was like, you the way it was my most recent video, and it was like my silly headcanons because I do. I love yeah.
Yeah.
I love talking about my
Mhm.
headcanons because if I talk about my headcanons, it's not even about like, oh, I want to get my opinions out. It literally is
Yeah.
the amount of new headcanons I get just from people in my comment section yes anding me of like this is
Mhm.
hilarious and this is the fandom space that I want. Um
Mhm.
and so and I know that like I've had people tell me that my videos bring them joy and that's like the whole point. The whole point is to
Mhm.
create a space in which I can bring you joy and then you can leave a silly comment and we yes and each other until we giggle ourselves to sleep.
Exactly. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and I had somebody who was like, "The way that you pronounce their names is actually offensive." And I was like, "I have heard people refer to him as Joe Taro." Like
Oh
I
my
promise
god.
me saying his name fast and saying Jotaro is not going to kill you. I promise you.
Yeah.
Um,
What?
it
Oh
was
my god.
so
People are
strange.
genuinely
It
ridiculous.
was
That
so
is insane.
and like you can have whatever opinion you want to have of me. Like it doesn't bother me. Real I mean it does, but like it, it's something that I have to get over because like not everyone is going to see my content and vibe with it, and that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
when you go out of your way to tell me that my voice sucks, I'm like, I'm sorry. I can't
You're like,
change that.
"Okay." Like, you're like, "Okay, then turn off the volume." I don't know.
Like you want me to try to put on an accent? Like what do you
Yeah,
want me to
like,
do?
what?
I'm like,
Oh, man.
you want me to
The
be from
inability the literal inability of some people to just scroll past things they don't like baffles me on a
I
daily
know.
basis. Like, why would you want to, like, oh my gosh, and obviously, it's in this situation completely unwarranted. Like, you pronounce their names correctly, like, it's fine.
I
Um,
mean like
but I just don't understand why people, like, see things they don't like, and they're like, "I'm going to take the time out of my day to stay here and
mhm.
interact with it and make everyone else have a bad time." Like, I do not understand.
Like, there are ships that I don't like, there are shows that I don't like, and obviously, the
Yeah.
algorithm is going to push them to me if a bunch of other people like them, but I don't ever, like, go out
Mhm.
of my way to make another creator feel shitty, I just either, like,
Yeah.
block or just say not interested and move on. Like, it's
Exactly.
so
Yeah.
easy to just say
It's
not
so easy.
interested.
It's so easy, genuinely it is. And I wanted to ask you too, like, how do you think social media has impacted cosplay? Because I've heard from people who were like in the before times who like swear that like TikTok has like ruined the community. And granted, I'm kind of new here in the grand scheme of things. So
Yeah,
like so I
because
don't
like
know, but what are your thoughts on that?
I also am kind of new here. I feel like it's become a lot more mainstream, which has
Hmm.
good and bad connotations because we have,
Yeah.
people who are making a full time living doing this and doing it very
Hmm.
well and having a great time. And I do think that like you should be able to turn what you love into a career.
Yeah.
Um, but on the flip side, we have people who are like really judgmental of like the cringe parts of fandom space that like all of us see and go, oh yeah, it's everybody having fun. Like if you can't
Hmm.
be open minded enough of like other people around you, and I'm not talking
Hmm.
about like people who are, being obnoxious or like intrusive, but I'm talking like do you remember the controversy with like the Eddie Munson meetup at I believe it was C2E2 where they were all like having a good time like a Stranger Things meetup
Hmm.
and there were people within our own community just like absolutely ripping into these people being like, "Oh my god, you'll never catch me at one of these things." And it's like, "Girl, you come to C2E2 dressed as a Genshin character. You are no better than those people. Like,
Yeah.
no one
Like,
is better than
oh
anybody
god,
else.
yeah. No, especially in cosplay. Like
No!
let's be so for real. Like let's be so for real. We're all a bunch of fucking nerds. Like,
Like, we all
like
wear wigs in our bedroom. Like, do you know how many wig heads I
yes.
have behind me? Do you think
Yes.
I have any room to speak on somebody else's
Literally.
level of cringe?
Literally, like
So,
I have like a shelf of wigs and a bunch of like boys kissing photos behind me. Like this is like my old man Yowie wall. You know
I
what
love the old man Yowie wall. I love you, old
I
man
mean?
Yowie.
Like, we love you, Aurori.
I know. I
No,
like,
literally, there's no room. There's no room for judging cringe
and
in this community.
in that
Genuinely.
same vein, like, I I exist in the influencer space. I've played the game. I
Hmm.
continue to play the game.
Yeah,
All of us do to some extent. Like, it is a numbers game, especially if you are existing on social media. Like, I'm not going to say that
especially if
it's
they make
not.
money off of it
Exactly.
too.
And I'm not going to
Yeah.
sit here and say that it's not. And I'm not going to sit here and say that people who have a lot of followers didn't work hard for that, because
Hmm.
I sure as shit know that I worked hard for what I have.
For
Um,
sure.
but in that same note, I'm not better than anybody else.
No.
Don't
Yeah.
I have seen so many people get such an overly inflated ego simply
Hmm.
because the algorithm pushed their stuff in 2020.
Yeah. Yeah.
You are
Yeah.
no better than anybody else.
No.
I have met
Yeah.
so many people who, thank God, I like, when you go to conventions and you meet new people and you exchange Instagrams and stuff, I've like gone out of
Hmm.
my way to try to find like smaller cosplayers that are just starting out, or that like don't post on social media as much, because you will find so many cool people within fandom spaces if you're not just looking for numbers and like,
Hmm.
how can
Yeah.
I benefit off of this person's following, and we're going to collab and do this. Like, it's not for me. We're wearing wigs
Yeah.
in bedrooms. I don't
Yeah.
need.
It's really not that serious.
No.
Yeah, yeah. It's a shame too, especially like you were saying, like because the algorithm pushed their stuff. It's also so intensely biased towards like a specific kind of person.
Yeah.
And I don't think I have to say
Yeah.
who it's biased towards, but it yeah, it's frustrating. And I know like even for me, like sometimes it like gives me mental illness sometimes, like seeing that happen.
Hmm.
And I think it's tough. And I guess, if for anybody watching who might be struggling with that, take a break. It's not that serious.
Yeah.
Just do
I
what you want to do and have fun.
It wasn't until I decided that I was going to do what I wanted to do that I actually started enjoying cosplaying again.
Yeah.
Of like,
Yeah.
I'm actually super not going to do, this big project of this anime that I don't give a shit about. I'm going
Yeah.
to do like my silly little JoJo boy again and again and again until
Mhm.
I have exhausted all content that I can make of him, and then I will move on
Mhm.
to another one.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I like, you
Yeah.
find your niche. There's a space for every single person in this community, and I just, yeah, I think that's like the biggest thing with like social media is just remember that this is an art form, and that this is like a way of self-expression,
Absolutely.
and that
For
we are not
sure.
better than anybody else.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. I recently it's like I had like a really shit second half of the year last year.
Yeah.
And took like a massive step back and kind of really realigned my priorities with it too. Cause I feel like I went through the same thing where I kind of forgot like what I enjoyed about cosplay.
Yeah.
And I really had to sit with myself and be like, okay, why am I here? Like, what
Why
is the
am I doing
point?
this?
What am I doing this? Like, why am I posting every single day and then just like being sad about it? Like, why am I doing this? And so I pivoted. And it helped a lot. And now we're podcasting.
Yeah, exactly. And I love
Yeah.
that, cuz like, and especially for any like smaller cosplayers out there or smaller content creators listening to this, your stuff isn't bad. Like,
Yeah.
it the algorithm is the closest thing that we have to magic in my eyes.
Yes.
Like, the amount
Yes.
of like people that I have spoken to, they're like, "Oh my gosh, you have to post on this day at this time with this many hashtags, and you can't post 5 minutes after or 5 minutes before." Don't, just don't. Your
Just don't
stuff
even, yeah.
your
Yeah.
stuff is not defined by numbers. I'm currently in meta jail because I posted an Instagram story of Emmy got a new puppy, and I said that I
Mm-hmm.
would kill a man for her, and Zuck took that as me inciting violence, and now I'm in jail for the next 90 days.
Yeah, yeah. Instagram gets so mad at me all the time. Which, to be fair, I feel like as a creator, I really toe the line of the community guidelines on occasion. So I'm doing it to myself, like genuinely I am, but you know.
Yeah, you know,
but but it's fun.
it's fun. Exactly. And I love your
Yeah.
content. Please don't ever change.
Thank you. Thank
Like,
you. Yeah, I will keep making angsty gay content
yeah,
until I die.
that is what I so desperately need.
Yeah, they won't take
Is
it away from me. They will not take it
no.
away from me.
You will
Literally
not take it away from me.
you will not take it away from me. Every single time I've gotten banned off of like some feature of TikTok in any capacity has been for talking about how I think Erwin Smith is gay. Like every single time I get banned, it's because of that.
Do people
Like
think that
without
he's
fail.
not? Like
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
confused. I mean,
People think he's
obviously,
straight.
people think that Historia is straight, so like it
Which is even more insane than thinking Erwin is straight. Like, you know what I mean? Like yeah, Aruri exists a lot in the subtext for sure,
Yeah.
but like Yumi Hyusu's right there on screen,
It's
y'all. You
right
gotta
there.
just like use your
It's
ears, you know? Like, use your eyes and your ears.
but didn't
Like
you know
read the subtitles.
the little blonde can't be gay.
No, of course
She
not.
can't be.
No, she's the stereotypical picture of heterosexual femininity. Why would she be gay? Like, what do you mean? Man, I hate people who have no media literacy.
It's always and I'm gonna say something crazy.
Yeah.
So many of them are AOT fans.
Yes, they are.
I
And I exist with them and I fight those battles every day.
I know.
I am in the trenches.
I am I'm like I'm like watching from the sidelines. Like I am like in the second trench, like handing you another gun. I'm
You're like, here's more ammo. Here's more ammo.
keep going.
No, literally the amount of people who come into my comments like often just to tell me on my content. Cause like for those of you who don't know, I make a lot of Erwin and Levi ship content
You
and
don't say.
what? What do you mean? But every time without fail, people come into my comments and say, "Oh my god, they're such good friends." And I'm
That is
like, I have never blocked people faster than when they say that
see,
to me.
people say such nasty things to me every time I make Jotaro and Kakyoin kiss.
Yeah.
I get some of the nastiest things that have ever been said to me as a human being have been said
Yeah.
when I have made two boys smooch for 2 seconds.
People are really allergic to it. Like
They
genuinely
can't have
are.
their hyper masculine
No.
golden
No.
boys
God
who
forbid.
who are voiced by Matt Mercer.
Literally.
They can't be
Literally.
gay for 2 seconds.
They can't be
Please.
gay for 2 seconds. Oh my god. And God forbid Dio Brando is gay.
He's the only okay. There was this absolutely hilarious Rocky interview. I need to derail this really fast. There was this insane Rocky interview that happened, where it like was this girl who was like
Uh-huh.
really like ride or die, Jonathan and Dio, which
Yeah.
not for me, but pop off queen.
Yeah, it's what it is. Yeah.
She was being really annoying about it, and it got to
Yeah.
the point where like they started talking about part 5 because it was around the time that
Mhm.
part 5 had come out, and she was like, "Did you write Bruno and Leone to be like in a relationship?" And he was like,
Yeah.
"Well, not really. Dio's probably gay," like just like that, like literally like trying to completely derail her. And then it came out that like, oh well, Dio is non-binary, and we're like, slay. Obviously,
Work.
this is not
Our king.
like we know, like all
Our
of us
problematic
know.
king. Oh
It's-
my god. I love him. My
I
little
love him.
Pookie. Yeah.
He's so special to me.
God, the Jonathan and Dio, sh that's interesting. I like joking about that ship. I don't
Mhm.
actually ship them, but I like joking about it because I think
Yeah.
Dio would be really pissed about it if you joked
Mhm.
about it. But I made, like, a video not that long ago, like, joking about it, and people, like, came into my comments and were, like, coming for me, and I was like, "Guys, it's not that serious." Like, I was like,
No.
"This is a joke." I was like, "This is a joke." Like,
No, because do you
relax.
remember my intertwined sewn together video that people got really mad about because I said
Oh my gosh.
intertwined sewn together and I was pointing at
Oh
my
my
neck
god.
where the sky. It's so
Yeah.
stupid. I feel like
It's so silly.
that ship is one of those weird ships where it's like they definitely were raised in the same house as brothers, but they're
They
not
definitely
brothers.
were, but they're not. Yeah, yeah.
Is
Ooh.
it incest? Is it not? It's I think if you have to ask, there's your answer.
It's something. Yeah, yeah, it's certainly something. It's yeah, for sure. Oh my
People ride
goodness.
or die for it, so I'm gonna keep my mouth shut, but
Listen, people ride or die for things that they shouldn't.
no.
And I'll be the first to say that.
Mhm.
Well, speaking of, I want you to step into my confessional booth for a second. And I want to hear, give me a hot take, any sort of anime hot take, cosplay hot take, whatever you want.
Any
You're
hot
in a
take.
safe
Oh my god.
space.
I feel like I have so many.
Yeah,
I
what's
don't
your
know where to start.
favorite?
I think the one to start is like I, I mean, I ship Jotaro and Kakyoin. Like I feel like
Yeah.
already the Stardust Crusaders is so heavily for the boys because
Yes.
he
Yeah.
was competing with all the other big shonen. So we've got like
Mhm.
Naruto and Dragon Ball and and they were like Shonen Jump was like we want a shonen. So like the story that
Mhm.
he wanted to write wasn't the story that we necessarily got because he had to take a lot of
Yeah.
it out.
Yeah.
Um
Yeah. Yeah.
I ride or die for that ship. That is my Aruri.
That's
um
yeah, yeah. You're like, "This
like
is the one."
I have so many like the JoJo magazine from last winter that was
Mhm.
all about it was like 10 years of Jotaro Kujo. And
Yeah.
there was like an entire spread about why Kakyoin is the only one that can make Jotaro happy and can
Oh,
like make him smile. And I'm
that's
like,
so cute.
this is not something you would say about your homie. I don't
You're like, "This is everything to me."
because like I I know who can make me smile without a doubt, and she sure as shit is not just my homie. Um,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just feel like that's not something you would say about your homie. So people, and by people I mean like specifically the straight JJBA boys, really super don't like that. I think that Jotaro and Kakyoin definitely held hands on the way to Egypt. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Real.
also do not like there. I am somewhere in between in the middle of the disgusting, like fanon, like hyper feminine Kakyoin, like
Mhm.
like Jotaro being enormous and Kakyoin being this big for some reason, and like
Yeah.
Kakyoin is a Chad. There, two things
Mhm.
can be true, and it's in the middle. Um,
Mhm.
Kakyoin is described as hyper feminine. He is still a man. Like
Yeah.
I so it's one of those things where I'm like, he's a little girly pop, but not as much as everyone thinks that he is. And so
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
automatically get lumped in with the people who like make him girly pop. When I'm like, no, no,
Mm.
no, 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 I don't want to be there, please, please. And I'm like
You're like, "Not that
clawing at
far,
the
not that far,
ground.
not that far."
I'm like, I don't think that
Like
he's attracted to Holly Cujo because here's why. I'm
Yeah.
going to talk about this. This is so important to me. If you watch
Get on your
that
stand.
episode, I know I'm like, let me get up on my
You're like,
high
"Let me sit up
horse.
straight really quick."
If you watch the episode where Kakyoin is no longer possessed by the flesh bud, and he starts
Mhm.
in that thing on like, boy, oh boy, I hope Holly is okay.
Mhm.
He is describing every aspect that Jotaro Kujo just showed him. He doesn't know Holly from Adam.
See. Yeah.
And he is
Yeah.
also actively looking at Jotaro Kujo as he is saying this.
Yep.
Like he is
Yep.
not talking about Holly. And if
Mm-mm.
you literally dig, if you take your little spoon If you take just a teeny, teeny, tiny little teaspoon and you
I'm
start
taking
digging
it.
under the surface and you're like, all right, I'm going to watch JoJo's through like even a slightly queer lens. You are missing
Yeah.
half of the story if you do not watch it through that lens.
Absolutely. Yeah. Honestly, I don't know how people don't watch JoJo's through a queer lens. Like
I'm so sorry.
genuinely.
Hang on one second. I don't know where my dog is. Clarence.
You're so good.
Hang on one second. He's getting
You're
into
so
something.
good.
He's getting into
Oh
mischief.
no. Ah, we found the dog.
I
We
definitely do
got
not
him.
think he's going to let me do this with him on my lap, but we'll see how long this lasts.
That is okay.
I think that you have to watch JoJo's through like even a slightly queer lens of just
Mhm.
like, I'm sorry, Jotaro Kujo is not a straight man. I don't know what he
No.
is. I haven't
Yeah.
asked him in a while.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Araki won't say for sure because he hates me personally.
Mhm. Mhm.
But like, there's no reason why he acts like that in Stone Ocean or truly anything after Stardust Crusaders if he isn't a little
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
like
100%. Yeah, and I think Araki said like he made JoJo's because he wanted to draw big beautiful
beautiful
men.
men.
And
Yes,
I'm like, y'all, it's queer, like pretty inherently.
look
Like
at the way he draws himself with Rohan. Like, it's not.
yeah, like that's his little twink boyfriend. You know what I mean? Like that's his
Did you
OC.
see?
That's his OC ship.
Did you see that he drew himself with Rohan again?
Oh
It's
god.
like the third time he's done it. And I'm like, dude, you
Listen.
gotta stop. Your wife is gonna get so upset. Please.
His poor wife. Oh no.
Oh,
At least she probably knows, you know. She's like, let him have his little
that's how
his little
Faye is
guy.
with me and Mista. She's like, this is
Yeah.
my girlfriend. This is my girlfriend's anime boyfriend who
Yeah.
does not
Yeah.
exist. But
Yeah. Well, fully me and my partner sleep in our bed with our two dogs and my full size Erwin Smith body pillow. So
yeah,
it's yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
I
it's
have
serious. There's three of us in
Mista.
this relationship.
Mista is over there.
Love.
He was purchased for me. I did not buy him for myself. But
Yeah. I would understand if you did though.
I know, well, it's really good art. I will say that. Like, it's
Yeah.
very good Mista.
Hell yeah. I love it. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, so I have some JoJo's trivia questions for you.
All right.
There's only a couple of them, but are you ready?
I think so.
Okay, so how many bullets are in Guido Misto's stand gun? I know you know this.
There are 6.
Which number was skipped?
4.
Hell
I know
yeah.
my man.
I was
I
like,
know
I
his
know you're gonna know
ways.
this. Okay, so which stand is Kakyoin going up against when he has the words "baby stand" written
Oh,
on his
it's
arm?
Death 13, baby! I have seen that episode, I think, more than truly any other. Like, every time I'm sad, I'm like, it's time for Death 13. Every time we're at
Hell
a
yeah.
con, I'm like, we are watching Death 13. And no one
Hell
likes
yeah.
it. Everyone is sick of it.
Oh my god. It's such an off-putting episode, or
It's
like
so
two. I
weird.
think it's a part 1 and part 2
Yeah,
episode,
because
right?
it's
Yeah.
so good that they
It's
had
so
to make it in
off-putting.
2 parts.
The little baby is so off-putting. Like when he eats like it's like a bug or something,
Yeah.
I think. Oh, it's so off-putting.
Everything in Stardust Crusaders is incredibly off-putting most of the
It
time.
is. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so this is a finish the quote.
Okay.
So it's the only time I'm ever at ease.
Is when I'm with you, Bucciarati. I know that one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
From our beloveds, our
I
mothers.
love you, Buaba.
Okay, so then how many pages is Giorno's Muda in the JJBA manga? The really long one.
It's the 7-page Muda. It's the
Yep.
7-page Muda.
Yep. Iconic.
Yeah.
I have a friend of mine did the Chocolata cosplay at
Yeah.
Katsu. Yeah, it was
Was
so
it the one I
good.
reposted on my story?
Yes, yeah, my
It
friend
was so
Cass.
good. It was
So
so
good.
good. Oh
It was
my
so good.
god.
It was even better to see in person. Like, I was like, "Holy shit." Like,
There
that's
was
pretty crazy.
that is one of the cosplays that I'm like, I'm angry that I wasn't at this convention. At MegaCon
Mhm.
Orlando, my mutual did an absolutely insane La Squadra group where they had all of La
Ooh.
Squadra,
Yeah.
including Sorbet and Gelato,
Yeah.
who are the dead
Oh my
ones.
god. Oh,
um,
no.
and I was so mad because I wanted to go
Yeah.
down just to see that cosplay in person.
Yeah. Oh my god, incredible. All right, and then I've got one more for you. And this one, when I was thinking of these questions, I was like, I have to ask.
Mhm, mhm.
Um, in Clamp in Wonderland, what is the name of the child that hatches from the egg conceived by Jotaro and Kakyoin?
Listen to me. You need to listen to me right now. Jota Kujo is not real and he cannot fucking hurt me. You cannot. Someone sent that to me. You know who you are if you're watching this. Somebody sent me in my DMs the entire fucking Clamp issue of
Oh my
all of the
god.
panels of the.
Yeah.
Get that away from me. The fact that Polnareff is the one that finds the egg, you're all vile.
Oh my god. I wanted to know what you thought about that so
Of
bad. I was
Jota? No, Jota is not real and he cannot hurt me.
You're like, "He's not in this chat right now."
No. And again, you know who you are that sent me the entire series of
Incredible.
panels last night to my DMs at like 1 in the
Oh
morning.
my goodness, incredible. Well, thank you so much, Alex, for your time. I'm such genuinely such a huge fan of you and your
I'm such a
work.
huge fan of you.
Oh my god,
I
stop.
am. You're
I'll cry on the
definitely in.
podcast.
No, you are. You're one of those people that I said in my community, I am so beyond thankful that I have people who I can yes and off of. And like
Mhm.
you starting this and starting to make long form content has been such a huge inspiration for me to want to start because I'm like, I want to play.
Yeah.
I want to play too.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Well, pull up, there's plenty of room.
No, I'm very excited about it.
Hell yeah. Well, do you
Yeah.
have any closing thoughts for anybody watching? Any advice or words of wisdom?
Uh, just keep creating. The world right now is big and scary, and most of us are
Yeah.
some flavor of queer.
Yeah.
Um, just keep loving each other and making content and find joy simply out of spite because that's something that I have tried to tell myself that like yes the world is dark and yes the world is scary and you can feel small but also find joy because if you can't find joy they're winning. So just
Absolutely.
continue to find joy and continue loving each other in these spaces.
Absolutely. Joy is revolutionary at times like this. Yeah, well, thank you so much once again. And thank you
Yeah.
so much to our audience for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Like
You
and
can find me at
subscribe.
underwater. Yes, I feel so weird saying it, but
No,
I'm
like
getting
and
used to it.
subscribe, please.
Like and subscribe. But yes, you can find me at Underwater Eyeballs on most, if not all, platforms except Twitter. I will not touch that cesspool.
Mm-mm.
And then Alex, tell the people where they can find
You
you.
can find me on TikTok at Sassyserpents and on Instagram at Sassy and Her Serpents and now on YouTube at Sassyserpents,
Hell
which is
yeah.
crazy.
Alrighty. I know. Look at you go. I'm so ready to see your YouTube content.
It's gonna be the Josuke
Gonna
wig.
lock in. Hell yeah. Alrighty. Well, I will be back very soon with another episode of the Out of the Water podcast. And thank you so much. Thanks, Alex.
Thank you.